Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the Jango Fett helmet from the Helmet Collection. This set was released on May the 1st of 2025 at an original retail price of $69.99 USD. And like I mentioned, is part of the Helmet Collection. An indicator for that is on the side of the box. It is given set number 75408, is rated for ages 18 and up, and has 616 pieces, which means this set has an original price per piece of 11 cents. Taking a look at the back of the box, we get to see another view of Jango Fett's helmet with that nice blue aura behind it, as well as a few still shot images from the films and the dimensions of the set. Opening up your box is quite an easy experience. Simply push in these two tabs here and pull to reveal the contents of your box. Inside of your box, you will find a total of 5 numbered bags, a relatively small sticker sheet, and lastly, your instruction manual. Now, inside of your instruction manual, there are a few special pages. On these pages, you get a nice little write-up about some details about Jango Fett's life and his role in the Star Wars universe, as well as some details of his helmet and specifically this model. Now, here is your first look at the final product. I have to say, I like this one a lot, even with its biggest flaw being the stickers. I think that there's a lot that they got right on this model. But the point of today's video is for me to help you decide, is this set worth $70 US? So let's go ahead and dive into the details of Jango Fett's helmet. So the first thing I always like to point out in every helmet review is that the display stand is identical to what we have seen before, making the continuity perfect. And of course, it does come with a printed display plaque that has the LEGO and Star Wars logo, as well as the name of the helmet being Jango Fett. Now, the set either has a display or a play feature depending on who you ask, and that is that the rangefinder can be moved up and down. And it looks pretty good. It's definitely functional. I don't know many people who would probably display it this way, but it's nice that you have the option to move it. Now, we have seen this feature on the Captain Rex helmet as well, but the rangefinder on the Jango Fett helmet feels so much more smooth when you move it, and it feels a lot more secure. It is definitely improved. And they definitely improved the overall design of the rangefinder since they released Captain Rex, allowing it to be more accurate to what we see on screen. Now, another area that they made an improvement on this set is actually the visor, and they didn't even have to make that big of a change. Doing a side-by-side with the Mandalorian helmet, you can see that they changed out these two pieces here. Instead, they used one piece here to fill in the gaps that those two pieces created. And yes, it's not the world's biggest change, but it does improve the helmet in a small way that I do enjoy. Now, they made another change to the helmet that I think improves it, and it's in another small way that I think just elevates the Jango Fett helmet. And it's in the cheek section of the helmet where they made this improvement. Instead of using a bunch of different pieces in order to capture the angle that you see right here, they just made it one piece. Now, they made yet another improvement. This back panel that you see here and these side panels that you see on either side of the helmet are actually attached using these ball joints, and that allows those panels to stick out ever so slightly, making them flared and not so vertical, and it just gives it a nice angle. Now, here is where my biggest critique of this helmet comes into play. The stickers. And yes, I know, stickers aren't necessarily bad just because they're stickers, but the execution is poor. First and foremost, the color matching is bad. The color of the brick just doesn't match the color of the sticker, and I'm colorblind, and yet I can still see that. And even if you want to ignore that point, the second point is that these are a nightmare to try and line up. You have to basically put them perfectly center in the brick in order for both of the black lines to line up. And if you don't do that, it looks bad. And you don't even get that many do-overs as these stickers start to crinkle real quick. Even if you want to ignore the color matching, you cannot deny the hassle. Now, surprisingly, I am incredibly grateful that they did not include any silver parts on this helmet and just instead made it all gray. Because they would not have done the whole helmet like that, they would have only done a few pieces, and that would just leave me wanting more. Now, this helmet does look absolutely excellent next to the rest of the helmet collection that I personally own. It blends in perfectly, and it really makes me want to go out and grab the Boba Fett helmet to go alongside it. But I'm very glad to be getting this prequel helmet, and it makes me hopeful for other prequel helmets that we might get in the future. So what are my thoughts on this set, and is it worth $70 US? First and foremost, no, I do not think it is worth $70. Basically, every LEGO set in the past year or so has felt incredibly expensive, and I can only ever recommend getting them on a type of discount. But with all of that being said, this is a really good set with one really big hang-up. And that is, of course, the stickers. Those stickers are just a nightmare to deal with, even if you don't have a problem with the colors. But if you're personally a fan of Jango Fett or just the prequel films, this is a set for you. And if you love the helmet collection, this is going to look great alongside the others that you do own. I give this set an 8 out of 10. Those stickers are terrible. But that is all I have to say on this set. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found this video helpful for your purchasing decisions. If you did enjoy the video or found it helpful, please let me know by leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to join the Discord, which the link is in the description, if you want to talk to me about LEGO Star Wars. But until next time, remember, stay bricked up and enjoy what you love.